Yeah, no, right. It was a crazy week in gaming and kind of more of the like the bad news of gaming, I guess. Or Friday, people kind of woke up to some pretty shocking, and not even Friday. It was really came out Thursday, but it kind of made a lot of rounds on Friday. That Game Informer, a well-known, longest-running publication covering gaming for 33 years, had shut down. They put out a statement. Don't really need to cover that. Really, it's just kind of crazy. You can let me know what you think about what you think of Game Informer. What was there a publication? Was there a month where you're just like, yes, dude, that episode that magazine was great. I remember that one. That was like really opened the door to a new game for you or something like that. The thing I remember most about Game Informer was how wide the magazine was back in the day, and I haven't looked at Game Informer probably 10 years plus. I don't know, it's been a while, but the magazine back in the day, I don't know, maybe still was. It was wider, like 2 or 3 inches wider than like a normal magazine, and so it was something I always hated about it, but something you always also kind of liked about it because it was different, right? It was different. Somewhere along the line, I believe GameStop. Yeah, here you go. Back in 2000, Game Informer actually began publication back in 1991. Definitely, I remember using it a lot during the 90s. But GameStop actually bought it during the 2000, and that was kind of what I remember also about it was they rolled it into like some GameStop subscription, like Pro program or something like that. So I do remember that they did that. So obviously GameStop is the one that shut down Game Informer. But yeah, I mean, I was kind of still shocked to see that it was still being printed, and I was kind of shocked by that because it's like why? I mean, why wouldn't you just shut down the print version of it and just move everything online only? Because there's been a lot of publications that have done that over the past 10, 15 years that have done that. So I was just really kind of shocked to see that they didn't even take that approach. They just straight axed the entire staff. And it's like, man, it's kind of ruthless right there. Oh yeah, here's an article from PC Gamer that even kind of said back in March 2024, Game Informer launched a new subscription detached from GameStop's rewards program for 1991 a year. So there you go. Apparently, the GI staff was pretty happy with how it was going, but it didn't matter. Still wound up axing them, and I mean, it's just a sign of the times. I'd imagine probably still see some more reduction of gaming assets, whether it's developers or whatnot. And it's just gaming's changed dramatically. How you gain information on games in the '90s, it was mostly magazines. Then there was a channel that was geared around um, gaming and game type stuff like that. But I forget the channel name. But nowadays with YouTube and social media, it's so easy to not even just follow the companies and different trailers. Like that's how a lot of game devs used to show off their games back in the days. They used to do articles. They bring in these writing staffs. They would demo the game, and that's kind of how they would get exposure to their game back out in the '90s. And I get it for a lot of young kids that have no idea what I'm talking about. That was the only about the only way you kind of knew about new games. And then it moved to some TV stuff. But then once social media, YouTube kind of took over, it was it definitely changed a lot because it became so much easier of access. One, not just how you able to get your different game knowledge and stuff like that, but also if you enjoyed playing specific games, you can go follow certain content creators, right? So it became a lot easier. And then it also moved the way of the best way for a game developer to kind of show off their game was then to make game trailers that then became the best way for game developers to kind of show off their game. It became no more really about articles and stuff like that. and not shocked to see this. I'm actually kind of shocked to see that they've made it this long. But yeah, I mean, I remember Game Informer quite a bit. They definitely had a pretty good niche because of the Wide magazine back in the day, and they did some really good stuff. They did some really good stuff. Dad, what's a Game Informer? Yeah, I feel that one, man. Vince McMahon crying. I feel that. So yeah, sad day for sure. Especially like all the other stuff that's been going on in gaming recently. Layoffs and Bungie, obviously a big one earlier this week. But not shocked to kind of hear this. It's a lot easier to cover it now on social media and videos and stuff like that. So I'm just surprised that they didn't do away with the print version of Game Informer and just move to a digital on website only. And apparently the website even has just been completely cleansed. It is gone. Crazy.